I had spent the entire evening at work, staying late to finish a big project. By the time I pulled into the driveway of our Chicago townhouse, I was exhausted but looking forward to some peace. All I wanted was to sit with my partner, have dinner, maybe watch a movie and unwind. But the moment I stepped onto the porch, something felt off. The lights inside were dimmed, and when I grabbed the door handle, muffled laughter reached my ears. It wasn't just laughter. It was deeper, masculine, and far too familiar. My stomach tightened, a warning I couldn't ignore. I took a deep breath, turned the knob, and pushed the door open. What I saw on the living room sofa stopped me cold. Olivia, my partner of 3 years, was sitting far too close to another man. Her hand rested on his thigh as if it belonged there. His arm draped lazily over her shoulders. Neither of them flinched as the door swung open. For a moment, I thought they might spring apart in panic, but no, they froze, wide-eyed, caught in the act yet not ashamed. My chest tightened as anger surged inside me, hotter than I'd ever felt. The man, someone I'd seen at a few local networking events, smirked as if daring me to react. Olivia tried to speak, her voice shaking, but her guilty eyes said everything. Years of trust, countless shared memories, and all the plans we had made. Here it was, undone in a single glance. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I straightened, my voice steady and commanding. "Get out," I said, staring at him directly. His smirk faltered. "You heard me," I continued. "Both of you out of my home. Now." Olivia's face drained of color. Shock froze her mid-step. She wasn't expecting calm, wasn't expecting strength. She thought she'd see me crumble, maybe beg for an explanation, or fight to keep her. She was wrong. The man tried to play it off, chuckling lightly. "Relax, man," he muttered, leaning back like he owned the place. I stepped forward, locking eyes with him, repeating firmly, "Out. Now." He muttered something under his breath about me not being enough, but he left without another word. Olivia froze in the center of the living room, her mouth slightly open, eyes wide. "Please," she whispered. "Let me explain. We can fix this." I pulled my hand back, not letting her touch me. "Explain what?" I asked, calm but edged with steel. "That I come home to find you with another man in the house I pay for? That our vows meant nothing?" Tears formed in her eyes, but she had no real answer. I turned to the door and opened it wide. "This house is mine," I said firmly, "and neither of you belong here anymore. Leave before I make you regret staying another second." She grabbed her purse, her legs trembling as she walked toward the door. She paused, as if waiting for me to say something that might give her hope. I said nothing. When she stepped outside, I shut the door firmly behind her, the lock clicking in finality. The house was silent. For the first time in years, I felt free. I sank into the sofa, letting my mind replay the moment over and over. The shock, the disbelief, the humiliation, yet also the clarity that surged through me. I realized that nothing she had done could take away my dignity. For years, I had invested my trust, my time, my love, and all the small efforts that build a life together. And in an instant, she had shown me that none of it mattered to her. But that didn't mean I had lost anything. Over the next few days, I went about my life quietly, reclaiming my space emotionally and mentally. I changed routines that reminded me of her, cleaned areas she often occupied, and spent time with close friends who reminded me of my worth. Every corner of the house that had once felt heavy with betrayal now felt lighter with control and autonomy. That night, as I sat alone, the quiet of the house felt like a blank slate. The betrayal, the lies, and the laughter that had pierced me were still fresh, but I felt stronger, sharper, and ready to rebuild my life. What I had gained in that moment wasn't revenge. It was freedom, clarity, and a renewed sense of self-worth. For the first time in years, I understood that a partner who could betray so easily was never truly mine to begin with. My life, my choices, and my happiness didn't need validation from someone who failed to value me. The experience had left scars, yes, but it also left lessons. Lessons about trust, self-respect, and recognizing one's own strength in the face of deceit. From that moment, I promised myself something important. Never again would I let someone diminish my worth. No lie, no betrayal, and no broken promise could make me doubt what I deserved. That night marked the start of a new chapter. One without lies, without betrayal, and without her. And for anyone watching this, remember this. Your value is never defined by someone else's actions. Trust wisely, love wisely, but always honor yourself. If you've ever experienced betrayal, heartbreak, or deception in a relationship, you are not alone. Subscribe to Cheating Secrets for real, raw stories about love, betrayal, and lessons learned. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that could inspire, warn, or empower you. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story matters, and together, we navigate the truths behind trust and betrayal.